Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope I'm audible to all, inshallah. I'm Sana Sheikh, your host for this evening, inshallah. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you gathered today for Spring 2019's orientation program, especially to our new students who have invested their time to be a part of this. It is truly a pleasure for me to be amongst the people who have taken their first step towards getting to know their deen better. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for this and make the knowledge gained here beneficial to you as well as for all of us. Inshallah, we will begin the session with the warm welcome address by our very own Dr. Abu Amina Bilal Phillips, followed by a few words of motivation to the freshers by Dr. Muhammad Anwar Sahib, our Dean, Faculty of Arabic and Islamic Studies. Next, inshallah, Brother Mansoor Danish will address the students, followed by Sister Madiha, who will introduce us to the IOU's global administration. Last of all, we will have a message from a senior student, Sister Nosheen Sarfraz. So inshallah, let us begin the session now with Dr. Bilal's address to the students. Our founder and chancellor, Dr. Bilal Phillips, a Jamaican-Canadian Islamic scholar. He reverted to Islam and then embarked on a spiritual academic journey to the other side of the world, seeking Islamic knowledge in Saudi Arabia, where he completed a BA in Islamic Studies in Medina and an MA in Islamic Theology in Riyadh, and later a PhD at the University of Wales in Islamic Theology. Dr. Bilal Phillips has written, translated, and commented on over 50 published books written on various Islamic topics. He has also edited and published the 56-book Iman reading series for children and presented Islamic programs for a number of years on Riyadh Channel 2 TV, Sharjah TV, as well as Peace TV, Huda TV, Islam Channel, and The Deen Show. Here's Dr. Bilal Phillips' message for all of us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to welcome all of our new students as well as our continuing students for this orientation session for this new semester. Alhamdulillah, it is our normal practice at the beginning of every semester to welcome the new students and give them some basic advice and encouragement in order for them to maximize the benefit from their study. As the Chancellor of the University, who set up this whole program for your benefit, I would like to stress a few important points. One among those points is the concept of ihsan, that we try to do things to the best way possible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Prophet ﷺ had quoted, loves that we do things to the best that we can. Inna Allah yuhibbu min ahadikum, as the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah loves from each and every one of you, إِذَا عَمِلَ عَمَلًا, if you do any deed, and yutqina, that you do it to the best of your ability. So, coming into this course, whichever course you've chosen, of the 7 or 8 different options we have, as well as our certificate programs and our associate degrees, you have a variety of choices and you can shift around, you can shift out of one stream into another stream. The flexibility is there. But the end point is that you should apply yourself firmly, seriously, with the right intention. The intention being to gain knowledge which would allow you to serve the ummah. And in doing that, serving the ummah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes for you ibadah. It becomes for you ibadah or worship of Allah. So you should approach your studies as worship. In the same way, when you worship, there are conditions that must be fulfilled. And there are things that may be done which can cancel the validity of your worship. So you have to be conscious and aware of all of those factors. You should enter this program seriously. Not doing your tests, your modules, your revision at the last minute. That's what you did in high school, and that's what everybody else was doing. You shouldn't have, but more than likely that's what you did. The point is now you're entering into the tertiary level of education. You may be in Islamic studies, and that's one thing that you're encouraged to take. Not necessarily as a major, but even in your other areas like Islamic banking and finance or information technology, etc., you will have to also take some Islamic subjects. The point here is that we have to look at all of our subjects as important. Not just the subjects you may be focusing on, which is your major, psychology, for example. You also should consider all of the additional courses that you're asked to take, and to do them to the best of your ability. So this principle of ihsan, perfection, itqan, doing things as perfectly as possible, this should be a guiding light for yourself in the course of your next 4 years of study, or 3, or 2, or 1. Commitment should be there. Also, due to the nature of online study, the dropout rate is high. A lot of people will not make it. 40%, 30% will drop out. In some countries, in some cases, it might be as much as 60% will drop out. So that is true of conventional universities. As much as 40% will drop out anyway. So online, sometimes this is increased, not just around the same, but doubled sometimes, or less. The point is what? That people drop out for reasons, and you need to be aware of the reasons why you shouldn't drop out. You may find some difficulties. People find difficulties studying online. They're not familiar with it. They're not used to studying on their own. And they try to get help. They can't find help immediately, or the help is not sufficient, and they drop out, frustrated. You have to know that you shouldn't give up. If you are sincere in your commitment in the first place, then you have to be patient, because gaining knowledge is not something that is going to come on a silver spoon, in a silver platter. You're going to have to work for it. And shaitan, satanic forces will be busy trying to dissuade you, discourage you, dishearten you, so that you will drop out. And if you do, they have succeeded. So my advice to you is to hang in there at any cost. Even if it means giving some subjects up, okay, you can't handle it, you've taken on too much for yourself, you weren't prepared for it, whatever, you didn't give yourself enough time, and you're a slow starter, you didn't start off right away in the beginning of the semester, so you lost the first month, for example, and that can make things very difficult for you. But the point is that better you fail one or two and get through the remaining four than just give up totally. Something is better than nothing. So beware of the dropout syndrome, which is extremely high in online study. Thirdly, my advice is also to take what you can handle. Yes, if you take 12 courses per semester, you can finish your degree in 2 years. That sounds wonderful. Only 2 years. Yes, 2 years is enough. But very few people can handle 12 subjects. That's reality. So don't take on or bite off more than you can chew. Take your basic 6 first semester, see how you go with that 6. You might find 6 was too much for you. You need to go down to 4 next semester. Or you find that 6 was doable, maybe you can add to it 2 more or 3 more. If you can add 3 to make it 9 per semester, you can finish your degree in 3 years. Your 4-year degree course you can do in 3 years. But it's better for you to increase gradually after starting from the norm, the standard amount, rather than jumping in the deep end, 12 subjects, and you fail half of them. No point. So my advice is, take what you can handle. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not burden anyone more than they can handle. So why should you burden yourself more than you can handle? Huh? You can't complain to Allah because you're the one that put yourself in that situation. So better to start with what is doable and then move on to increase or decrease. You have to look at your time, because really it's going to be all about time management. That's going to be the key. If you can manage your time properly, then believe me, you will be able to do well. Do your 6 courses and do them well if you can manage your time. But you have to be realistic. Set a schedule for yourself. Put it on the wall. You know you have 30 modules per subject, right? And to the midterm, you have to do 15 of them. You have 2.5 months to do the 15 modules from each course. If you're taking 6 courses, that's 90 modules. You have 90 modules to cover in 2.5 weeks. So give yourself that time. If you're a full-time student, why not? That's what you would have done at university anyway. Don't think that because this is online, so I really don't need to do it the way I would have done. No. Do it the same way. If you are instead a part-time student, you're taking half the load, then obviously it's going to be less for you. What we talked about 2 to 4 hours may just be 1 hour to 2 hours in a day. And if you're doing it only in your spare time, then you have to be even more careful. Because if you're a working professional, for example, how much spare time do you have? You've got a family, you've got other commitments, etc. So how much time can you give at night? You can only give 2 hours. Then you have to try to fit everything here in 2 hours. Maybe you'll need 6 days a week. Or maybe on the weekend you give it extra time. Instead of just 2 hours on Saturday, the day off, you need to put in 4 hours. Because you have to know that this is serious. This is a serious course of study. One of the biggest mistakes students make is they think, oh, online, that's so easy, it's just multiple choice questions. We really don't have to prepare. It's easy to get through. No. Many people fail. That's the reality. It's not that it's easy at all. It's just as hard, if not harder, than classes in a conventional university. It's much more challenging. So don't be fooled into thinking that this is just Mickey Mouse, a walk in the park. Easy. It's not. It's serious study. What makes it special is that whatever you are learning it from an Islamic perspective. That's what makes it special. Alhamdulillah, you can't get this anywhere else. This is one of the unique features of the programs here in Islamic Online University, those which are not specifically Islamic, modern subjects, some people call them secular, to give that knowledge from an Islamic perspective so that this next generation that goes through these courses will themselves have a changed view, another view on their subjects, and be able to implement it in our communities globally in such a way as to change the nation through education. That is the goal of the Islamic Online University. So, my fellow students and new teachers or teacher assistants, lecturer assistants, I'd like to welcome you to this new semester, and I pray that Allah blesses your efforts with success in both this life and the next. I ask you to keep in mind your commitment. At the same time, hang in there, don't give up when the trials come, and take what you can handle. Take as much as you can handle. And then make sure that your commitment is to utilize this knowledge to benefit the Ummah. To benefit the Ummah, and in doing so, you will be engaged in ibadah. To worship Allah while working for your living and working in service to your community. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallahu khair, respected Sheikh, for your insightful words. Moving on, our next speaker is Dr. Muhammad Anwar Sahib. Dr. Muhammad Anwar Sahib Al-Madni was born in Fiji and also spent part of his life studying there. At the age of 14, he went to the Islamic University of Medina to study the Arabic language course. He continued to study in the high school of the university, which he graduated from in 1985, and then furthered his study in the Faculty of Islamic Creed and Dawah. In 1989, He earned his BA from this faculty as well as acquired a special certificate in Dawah. After enrolling in the Faculty of Quran, he gained a master's qualification in 1994 and then a doctorate in Quran exegesis in 1999. He has presented Islamic programs on Voice of Islam, New Zealand, and various radio channels, as well as delivered lectures in various topics, mostly in New Zealand, but also in Saudi Arabia, USA, Australia, Fiji, Malaysia, India, Qatar, Papua New Guinea, and Solomon Islands. He has also written books in Arabic and English that are yet to be published. Additionally, he is a founding member and chairman of At-Taqwa Trust, Auckland, New Zealand. His current roles include that of Imam, Khatib, and religious advisor. He is also the secretary of the Ulama Board of New Zealand and advisor for halal issues to the New Zealand government. Welcoming Dr. Muhammad Anwar Sahib.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Innal hamdalillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ba'd. Beloved brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. Do those who know are like those who don't? Definitely those who know are more superior. فَعَلَمَ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. The knowledge of Islam is the most essential asset any individual can have. It is the most beautiful thing which you can possess and learn. It is amazingly the most important, rewarding to you. If you spend enough time doing it, will be for you in this world, even before in hereafter. عالم واحد أشد على الشيطان من ألف عابد. One alim, one scholar, practicing scholar, is more difficult or a bigger enemy or more challenging to the shaitan compared to 1,000 worshippers. No wonder the hadith of where a man kills 99, he completes with one more, it becomes 100. Why was number 100 he was killed? Why? Because he was jahil. He did not have knowledge and he gave a fatwa, he made mistake in it, and he ends up losing his life. You see, my beloved ones, if seeking knowledge is so important, then practicing it is even more important. So when you seek knowledge, it is for you to practice before you tell it to others. And that is here where the importance comes. That if you do not practice what you learn, it may become a punishment for you in hereafter. Because you are going to be asked, مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا, in Surah Al-Jum'ah. If you have knowledge and you don't practice it, then it is like the donkeys carrying all those books and they don't benefit from it. So beloved ones, have the intention, sincerity in your seeking of knowledge, work hard seeking it. You are doing the best whichever any other human being can do, and you have the intention to practice it. I pray to Allah that may Allah bless you in this new road which you are taking, that may Allah make it easy for you so that you can learn it, practice it, teach it to others. خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ. The best amongst you are those who learn Quran and teach it to others. وَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ فِيكُمْ سُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Jazakallahu khair, Sheikh, for your words of wisdom. Our next speaker is Brother Mansoor Danish. Brother Mansoor is a banking professional with an MBA in finance and over 8 years of experience in broking, investment analysis, and wealth management, as well as driving business growth through strategic sales and customer relationship programs with exceptional proficiency in handling Islamic banking operations. Brother Mansoor is the acting head of the Department of Business Administration. He lectures in the areas of Islamic finance, Islamic financial products, Islamic economics, Islamic commercial law, product and brand management, global branding and marketing communications, services marketing, business studies, and sales and distribution management. Here is Brother Mansoor's message for all of us.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثات بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. My respected students, I welcome you to a brand new semester, the Spring 2019 orientation session. I look forward to interacting with all of you in the coming semesters, depending on which courses you take. And as it was introduced, I am the acting head of the department for the Bachelor's in Business Administration program. In addition to this, you will also find me taking few courses from Islamic studies as well as Islamic banking and economics, and of course the BBA program. Now that's all about me. This session is all about you, how you can benefit from your studies at the Islamic Online University. And one of the things that the online university brings with it is a challenge. The challenge of remaining self-motivated. You see, when you're going to a regular university, you are always in that environment where you have teachers around you, you have classmates around you, there's a competitive pressure building around you. And that motivates you to continue with your studies, to pursue your studies. But how are you going to tackle an environment which is totally different? A distance college, a distance university, an online virtual university, a virtual campus where you can't see the teachers. Well, you can through the technology, but you really cannot meet and interact with them face-to-face real time. How do you overcome these challenges? How do you overcome the challenge of studying and making yourself prepared for the examination? And above all, how do you remain motivated till the conclusion of your course, till the conclusion of your program? That is all that we will be touching upon in the short session of mine. I'll be talking about how you can overcome some of the challenges which face the students in a virtual university. The first challenge, and I've listed down 6 of them, so I'm going to run through each of these and you can quickly make notes of this, inshallah ta'ala. The first point which I wish to make over here is the issue of time management. This perhaps is the one most important skill, critical skill required for you to complete your studies effectively and efficiently. So in order to know how good you are in your time management skills, my advice to you is be honest to yourself, introspect and see what is the general opinion that people have about you as far as your time management skills are concerned. Do people think you're a man who can really manage your time well? Do you think you can manage your time well? Ask yourself. There are a lot of time management exercises which are there online. You can participate in one of those and see what kind of results you get. So, time management skills is critical. Check out on all of these. How are you going to overcome if you do have a time management issues? Number one, there are lots of courses available on YouTube. There are courses which have been done by our own faculty member, Sheikh Ismail Kamdar, who's also the faculty manager. Get in touch with him. Identify the courses that he's conducted on time management. He's written some excellent articles and blogs on the subject. Get in touch with somebody who's there in the university who can guide you and assist you with your time management issues. Listen, my friends, time management will remain the most critical factor in your motivation in this university, or for that matter, anywhere in your life. The way I go about my time management, and I like to show you, is the traditional method. What I do is, I still follow the traditional approach. I schedule all my appointments in my diary, and then I have a small notebook. And right now we are in the month of March. So I'm running the month of March right now. So I maintain this small notebook in my pocket all the time. This is in my office to check in the beginning of the day. And this gives me an overview of my task. Now, these are the traditional approach, and I use the traditional approach because I find myself much more comfortable using this approach. You can use whatever approach you find suitable. If you are comfortable using your mobile, please go ahead and use your mobile. Set up appointments, set up reminders on your mobile. Whatever medium is convenient to you, use it. That is how you will be able to overcome time management over a period of time. The second point which I want to make over here is, make sure you have a reliable computer with a good internet speed. One of the critical and most important factors to ensure that you complete your studies is a good computer. A computer which does not slow down the entire process of your studies. You're already facing the challenge of a virtual campus. The last thing you want is a slow internet or a slow computer where the videos keep buffering and you're not able to complete your studies. It will frustrate you, it will lead to dejection, and you will lose motivation. So from now I'm saying, try and invest in a good computer, or download your videos. If you are using a cyber cafe, go online, download the videos, save it in a hard drive, come back home, study, go and appear for the exams. That's a more convenient way of doing. There are a lot of options available. If you can't afford a computer, if you can't afford a good internet speed, go to a cyber cafe, download all the stuff which you need, because the videos are downloadable, the PDFs are there, the audio files are there. Download them and pursue your studies at the convenience of your home. The third thing is, and this is really important, engaging and connecting with your faculty members more often, engaging and connecting with all the stakeholders at the university. You see, most of the successful students, and you will hear it from our past students as well, they'll tell you that one of the reasons why they succeeded was because they were regularly in touch with the faculty members. You have been given different forums in the virtual campus. Ask the teacher forum, ask questions. The more you ask questions, the higher the chances are that you will learn something new. If you don't ask questions, you're not learning anything new. So please, my respected students, ask questions to your teachers. Don't worry about how, within inverted commas, you think it may be foolish. Don't think like that, okay? It's the job of the teacher to answer your question, to address your doubts. Don't feel shy to ask questions if it can enhance your knowledge. There is a student discussion forum for you students to interact with each other. Utilize it. Post questions to your friends. Ask them questions. That's where you do your studies. That's where your classmates are. The student discussion forum. Interact with each other effectively. Go back and ask the students who studied successfully and completed their programs. They would actively participate in these forums. That is again my appeal to each one of you. And of course, the fourth point which I want to make over here is make contingency plans. You're going to face a lot of challenges over a period of time. If you are in a country where there are a lot of load shedding issues, there are a lot of technological problems, then your computers may break down. If you're using an old computer, it may suddenly go off one day. If you're using an internet speed which is not reliable, it will stop working one fine morning. What are you going to do there? So as I mentioned in the earlier point, download your videos, download everything, keep your plan B ready. If you know your computer needs a change, start saving for it today so that you're able to sufficiently save enough money to invest in a new computer, which will become a source of knowledge for you. So that's the fourth point that I had. The fifth point I have is to strive for balance. Now this is so important that when we are studying in an online environment, we are of course going to take time to settle down. Let's be very clear on this. Many of you had a different routine all this while. You are now fitting in something new into it. Studies. It's going to take time for you to settle down. Your routine may be a little haywire right now. Give yourself a break. Pause. reflect, spend time with your family. Make sure that during the week you have at least a day or two where you totally unplug yourself from your studies. Cut yourself off from your studies and only focus on your family, your friends, your relationships. Read a book. Go out for a cup of coffee. Whatever is your way of relaxing. Watch a game of sports, whichever one pleases you. I mean, whatever you feel is good for you, a way for you to relax and unplug yourself, do that. Of course, it should be halal, inshallah. Okay, the sixth and the last point that I have over here is, and really this should have been the first point, remember why you joined Islamic Online University. It's just about a month or 2 months back when you took a decision to join this university. Let me ask each one of you, why did you join this university? What was in your mind? What was your goal? What was your objective? I want each of you to jot it down, to write it down in a piece of paper and keep it in front of you. Put it up in your study table. It should be acting as a reminder every day. You might have set out an objective of acquiring more knowledge for career growth. Some of you may have acquired more knowledge to seek the pleasure of Allah and to share the knowledge of the deen, depending on which course you've taken. Some of you may have acquired knowledge in the field of Islamic psychology to benefit the community. Write that down. When you feel discouraged, demotivated from your studies, you feel like pulling out, go back and read that objective. That objective will bring you back to your studies. My respected students, above all, apart from all of this, I ask each one of you to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone who will guide us. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone who will put barakah in our time. And then, of course, you have so many faculty members, student help desk, so many people are there. Get in touch with them and inshallah ta'ala will be more than happy to assist you with all your problems. Now before I conclude, I wish to make two very important reminders. The first is that your assignment deadlines have been now shifted back, as in you would have already received your assignment topics by now. So you need to you should already begin working on your assignments. The deadlines have been pushed back in order to allow you to study for your final examination. So please keep a note of your assignment deadlines and start working on that. Secondly, the midterm examinations are going to coincide with the Ramadan, the month of Ramadan. What are you going to do about it? What are you preparing about it? Make a plan right now that you finish your studies in due course of time so that you can focus on your ibadah. It should not be a case where last minute, the examination time, you're pulling out of the examination because you feel you can't manage your time, you're getting too overwhelmed. I'm telling you right now, in the month of March, start planning accordingly. Keep Ramadan in your mind when you plan your studies. Second, and the third and the last reminder to do with your studies is the Hajj. The period of Hajj, the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah will now coincide with your final examination. Just as I told you about Ramadan, plan your final exam preparations, keeping in mind that it may fall in the period of the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, and so you need to make sure that you complete your studies in time and you're ready to give your examination. And the period of festivals and Ramadan and Hajj do not become an excuse for you to not acquire knowledge from an Islamic perspective, which in itself, by the way, is also an act of ibadah. With that, I'm going to conclude this session. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallahu khair, Brother Mansoor, for your advice. I hope all our students can inshallah benefit from this. Next we have with us Sister Madiha Bukhari. A native of Dhaka, Bangladesh, Sister Madiha has a BSc in Computer Engineering, and she is also a graduate of the Islamic Online University's BAIS and MAIS programs. She has completed the graduate certificate program on tertiary education quality assurance at the University of Melbourne, Australia, and is currently pursuing Masters of Tertiary Education Management at the Melbourne Graduate School of Education. She is also the Associate Registrar of the University. Sister Madiha will now introduce everyone to the IOU's global administration, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear Shuyukh, honorable guests, and especially our new students of the new semester, I am Sayyida Madiha Bukhari, the Associate Registrar of the Islamic Online University. Today in my presentation, inshallah, I'm going to introduce you to the IUU Global Administration who work behind the scenes. So dear students, who are the admin behind the curtains? In the course of your study at IUU, inshallah you will be coming in contact with some of the staff, but not everybody who works behind the scenes at the administration of the university. So your primary contact will be inshallah with your teachers under whom you will be studying. Along with them, you have been provided with a one-stop place, which is the help desk, who address all your concerns and queries, and this is where you will receive all of the administrative support you need at the university. And how this works is that, inshallah, the help desk will receive all of your queries and they will take it back to the administration in the different departments that we have and get your query or concern resolved and let you know about it. This is how help desk works as a link between you and the rest of the administration. So what this does is, because you would not be coming in contact with all of the other departments which are there, inshallah, in this brief presentation, I'm going to take you through each of the departments that we have and give you a glimpse about what they do behind the curtains, inshallah. And this is the departments at a glance. We have your faculty, of course, and then we have the registrar's office, we have a student recruitment team, we have promotions, we have the department of ICT, we have the help desk, human resources, insights magazine team, video department, there are individual contributors, and there are volunteers. Starting with the CIH team, CIH is Chat Info Help. This is the help desk team we just talked about, and they are your window to IUU. So inshallah, all of your concerns, queries, when you email using the help desk contact form or using any of the email addresses written over here, which CIH handles, or you type in the chat box that you see on the website and on campus. This is the team who receives your queries, answers you, and resolves your issues and gets back to you after discussing with the concerned other departments in the administration. And they work 24/7 so that you can have an optimum support, and they're here to assist you with any concern you may have, to help you, to serve you better. This is the team we have set up for the chat info help support for you. The registrar's office, they look after everything starting from your registration to your graduation, which includes in between all of the steps of your admission, enrollment, semester payment, registration, confirmation, issuing your transcripts, degrees, maintaining academic records, and scheduling examinations in different exam centers all across the globe, and other related issues that the registrar's office deals with are all mentioned over here. We have the staff mentioned over here: the registrar, associate registrar, assistant registrar, admissions officers, exam center officer, payments officer, reset officer, student affairs, and scholarship officer. We then have the Department of ICT, who look after the technical part of the university, where IOU is always kept technologically updated. The virtual campuses are maintained, and there are new features being added. More and more automation is taking place to make the tasks that the different administrative departments do easier and faster and more efficient. The staff are mentioned over here. We then have the on-ground promotions department, which includes their official representatives in different countries that we have. And this department also includes all of the student committees and even volunteers. They are the ones whom you may have seen representing IOU in different conferences and events, in different booths, giving presentations, and everyone is welcome to join the on-ground promotions team to volunteer for IOU, to represent IOU, to promote IOU in different on-ground activities. We have this full team located in different countries all across the globe, and they are located in different parts of the world, starting from India, Pakistan, and Africa to North America to different countries in different continents, mashallah. We also have an online promotions department who are involved in helping IU have a larger reach through the social media platforms, social networking, different online platforms, and publishing IU's news and events and other things online, and running the blog of IOU, then using different analysis and tools to have a larger reach online so that more and more people can come to know about IOU. This is the team we have of online promotions. This is our student recruitment team who make outbound calls to all of the registered students that we have to help them go over the next steps to complete their registration through payment and then enrolling into programs of their choice. This was a brief glimpse of the administration behind the scenes that we wanted to share with you today. I hope, inshallah, you found it beneficial. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu.
We would now like to introduce all our new students to course navigation on a virtual campus. I hope you find it beneficial, inshallah.
Welcome to the Islamic Online University. In this video, we will demonstrate how to enroll in courses. If your payment has been confirmed before the beginning of the semester or after the enrollment period has expired, you are able to enroll through the early enrollment portal, which is located in My Home. So when you open My Home, scroll down to Extras and click on Early Enrollment System. If you are not in the regular enrollment period, this portal will be activated. At this moment, we are in the regular enrollment period, so we will go through Enroll in Courses. Click Enroll in Courses and open the enrollment page. The enrollment page contains your reminders. Please be careful and select your courses wisely because you only have 2 attempts to select and enroll in the courses. Click here for enrollment. Open Semester 1 and you will see all the courses of Semester 1. You can select courses based on availability, based on time that you have, and based on other engagements. So if you have a full-time job, you can choose only 2 or 3 courses. If you are a mother with small children, you can choose 2, 3, or 4 courses. And if you're able to dedicate more time, you can choose 6 courses or more, depending on how fast you want to complete your studies. I will select my courses. And in the description, you can see that this is the course name. Here is the indication that this course is compulsory. The instructor is Dr. Bilal Phillips, so you will be watching his videos and he will be teaching the subject. Mukhtar Rabban will be your teacher. He will be the one who will be holding live sessions and who you will be able to direct all your questions, debate with on a subject that interests you during the course, and ask for any clarification on what is said in the videos or read in text. You will make your selection and then you will send requests. But before we do that, I just want to quickly mention the Arabic exemption exam is for those who do have a fair knowledge of Arabic, meaning you can skip certain levels of Arabic depending on current knowledge. And waiver replacement courses are those courses for which you have provable education already. For example, courses in computer or English, you will be able to replace these courses and take some other courses instead. However, to know more about whether your education is enough, you need to contact the help desk. So we have made our selections and we will send our request. So here we have confirmation of enrollment that has been submitted. Now log out and log back in. Then click on Courses. Here you can see the courses you are enrolled in. Clicking on Semester 1, you will see your courses. You can click on one of your courses and see that you can begin your studies. If you are a student of Intensive Arabic Program, you need to know that your semester will contain 2 sessions, not only one as a regular program, but 2 sessions, and you are taking 1 course during that session. For other programs, 1 semester is usually about 6 months. You have your material in your enrolled courses, and you may begin your studies as soon as you are enrolled. If you are enrolling for the early enrollment period, you will have access to all the material. However, if you have missed the enrollment period or the enrollment period has not yet started, you will not be able to actually do your tests until the semester begins. So this is how you enroll in your courses. It is very easy, and the progress chart is now completed. All the steps have been completed, leading to actually studying at the Islamic Online University. We have completed the enrollment tutorial.
And finally, we have with us Sister Nosheen Sarfaraz. As one of the Islamic Online University's senior students, Sister Nosheen Sarfaraz is a wife, mother, and recipient of a BAIS degree from the IOU. Currently enrolled in the GQMC and MAIS programs, she is a BSc Gold Medalist from Punjab University and holds a Master's degree in Medical Sciences from Sheffield, UK, with a distinction. We hope that this message from your senior student will motivate you to be more productive and will help you go through the courses at IOU with ease, inshallah.
نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, my name is Nausheen. It is my honor to be able to come and address you today and share a little bit of what I've learned throughout my years with IOU. And one of the things that I really wanted to share with you, although you'll find many study tips like planning, hard work, having a study buddy, all of these are important, but there is one very critical element that I wanted to address first. That is finding the reason that you have, the goal in your heart, your motivation for embarking on this journey. This is the key to success. Once you know the reason why you are doing this one, why it's important to learn all of this, because this is going to take hard work. This is going to take a lot of your time, will require loads of sacrifices on your end and your families too. Unless you know the reason for doing this one, nothing else is going to help you. And this is the reason, the thing that I wanted to address. Remember, this journey, the journey to Jannah, is not an easy journey. You will encounter loads of hardships. This is just the beginning. The road to Jannah is a hard road. You have many enemies. The biggest one, Shaitan. He's going to put obstacles in your path. Some good ones, and possibly some really good ones too. I know many people who once start this journey and they're out of jobs. They often get their jobs. And what do? They just drop the studies. Women, sometimes, if they are not married, they get married. First thing they do, they leave this one. If they have kids, they leave this. So it's not just the hardships. Remember, there are going to be some really worldly good things too that will tempt you and will try to take you away from this path. And in those days, unless you know, find a way to remember your goal, whatever your motivation is, write it down, save it, whichever works for you. If you think writing it, saving it, any way that reminds you of this goal. On those hard days, remind yourself, when you're tempted to leave this one for anything else, remember this. This is what's going to help you, right? This is what I found. Of course, after that one, planning, the key element, having a very good study buddy. I was blessed with a very good partner who, alhamdulillah, helped me. I was on the verge of giving up on submitting my thesis. I can tell you that. I was in a transit, sitting in a hotel, in a different continent, very tempted to leave it. And guess what my study buddy did? She stayed with me till I submitted that one, an hour before the deadline. These are the people that you will treasure all your life. And you'll be blessed when you find these people. Hold on to them. Work very hard. Remember your goal. And inshallah, you will find success. One last thing that I wanted to share was one advice that was given to me last semester by one of my master's TA. And I'm so grateful to him for this one. He asked us some questions while we were doing a fiqh with him. He asked us some questions which were from our Fiqh 301 bachelor's course. And that was when he reminded us. He said that if you had taken that course for all your life, internalized the knowledge, not just to pass the exam, then that's where you succeed in gaining knowledge. So remember, you're not taking the test just to pass it, get a good score, move on, get a degree. You read each line, each chapter, any knowledge that you gain, and treasure it for the rest of your life. Don't let it go. And the best way to not let it go is to share with others. So Jazakumullah khairan kaseera. For the time, I will be making lots of dua for you, and never forget the dua for istiqamah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will be the key. Jazakumullah khairan kaseera. Barakallahu feekum. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
And with this, we have reached the end of our orientation session. Alhamdulillah. We thank Allah that He has blessed us to be a part of this university and has helped us to gain authentic Islamic knowledge from the comforts of our home. We cannot thank Allah enough for the bounties He bestows on all of us. We conclude the session now with a word of thanks to all our speakers and most importantly, our students. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses all of you and all of us in our endeavors and makes this heavy for us on our scales in the akhirah. Ameen. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.